السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا
الله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه. أما بعد فإن خير الكلام كلام الله وخير الهدى هدى رسول الله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه تسليما كثيرا. وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. Any masjid that we go to in the UK, and if you look around the world, the vast majority of Muslims are not Arabs. So our original language and our original tongue, for the most part, is not Arabic. Those of you who were born with the lisan of the Arabs, consider that from the tremendous favors that Allah bestowed upon you, and that favor has its responsibility. Nonetheless, those of us who were not born as Arabs, it is a religious responsibility that we have to learn as much Arabic as we can, because it is the key to learning this religion. It is the key. So every Muslim, he has to have some Arabic in his vocabulary. We're going to deal with an issue today, inshallah. We want to introduce you to a new word, a new concept that is imperative for the Muslim to understand it. It is what the ulama of Islam called al-maqasid al-shar'iyyah. Al-maqasid al-shar'iyyah. The goals and the objectives of the religion of Islam. When Allah Azza wa Jalla revealed that Quran, and He sent al-Mustafa, al-Mujtaba, al-Mukhtar, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, there were a number of goals and objectives that Allah Ta'ala wanted to make the tahqiq of. Islam wants to achieve these goals and these objectives. وَكَثِيرُ مَا هِيَ. They are many. We're only going to deal with one today, inshallah. The person who doesn't understand this maqasid of the Sharia, the Imam of the Masjid, if he doesn't understand it, it's going to be problems. He's going to create problems in this Masjid. The idara of this Masjid, the shura of this Masjid, if they don't understand these maqasid, they're going to create problems, especially when we have a lot of multiculturalism going on in the Masjid. The husband who doesn't understand the maqasid of the Sharia, he is going to have problems in his family. The wife that doesn't understand them, she's going to have mashakil and problems that she's going to create. The father and the mother, if they don't understand the maqasid of the Sharia, they're going to have problems in the tarbiyah of their children, especially here in this country. So there are many. We only want to deal with one today. And it goes to show, Ikhwani, the importance of knowledge in Islam. Everybody sitting here, without any exception, it is obligatory upon him not to get the Khutba al-Eid or the Khutba al-Jum'ah or to memorize all of the Quran, but he has to get enough knowledge to push off of himself ignorance so that he can worship Allah correctly. Don't be like the Kuffar of Quraysh, don't be like the Yuhud, don't be like the Nasara. Allah Ta'ala described them, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَعْبُدُ اللَّهَ عَلَى حَرْفٍ. They're those people, they worship Allah and they don't know what they're doing. So the maqasid of the Sharia, the one that we want to deal with today, is a simple one. The person who doesn't understand it is going to be problems. And that is, Islam came to make things easy for everybody here. Islam came to make things easy for you and you and you and me, my child, the wife, every woman in this masjid, and even the kuffar who are around us right now. Islam came to make things easy for the people. We were to look at the Quran is replete with ayat upon ayat after ayat, making it clear. For the Muslim who has aql, there is no doubt Islam came to make things easy for the people. Allah mentioned in the Quran, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. We made the Quran easy to be read, to be understood. So is there anyone who will come to do it? Even the non-Arabic person can learn that Quran, memorize that Quran, practice that Quran. Allah mentioned in the Quran, مَا أَنزَلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْقُرْآنَ لِتَشْقَى. We didn't reveal that Quran on you, Ya Muhammad, to make things difficult. There's a companion, his name was Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As, one of the tremendous ulama from the companions. He used to read the Quran every night from the beginning to the end, and used to fast every day. When the Prophet heard about that, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he went to him and he said, don't do that. Allah didn't make it wajib upon you, me, you, to read all of the Quran every night from the beginning to the end. Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned in the Quran, يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ بِكُمُ الْيُسْرِ وَلَا يُرِيدُ بِكُمُ الْعُسْرِ. Allah wants ease for you. He doesn't want to make things difficult for you. That's the kalam of Allah. يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ أَن يُخَفِّفَ عَنْكُمْ وَخُلِقَ الْإِنسَانُ ضَعِيفًا. Allah wants to make things light. He wants to make your marriage light. He wants to make your job light. He wants to make the Salat al-Jum'ah light. He wants to make al-Hajj light. He wants to make your religion light. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Allah doesn't burden a soul beyond his burden, beyond his ability. He can't pray standing up, pray sitting down. He can't fast the month of Ramadan, don't fast the month of Ramadan. We just completed Hajj. The vast majority of us didn't make Hajj because we didn't have the ability. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Allah said in the Quran, فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ مَا اسْتَطَعْتُمْ. Fear Allah to the best of your ability. Ayat upon ayat after ayat after ayat. You don't have to keep going. He said in the Quran, مَا جَعَلَ عَلَيْكُمْ فِي الدِّينِ مِنْ حَرَجٍ مِلَّةَ أَبِيكُمْ إِبْرَاهِيمَ. He didn't make things difficult for you in your religion. This is the millah of your father Ibrahim. And more ayat, but we have to go on. If you look at the authentic sunnah of the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, things have not been made difficult for us in the deen. The Prophet described this religion, he says sallallahu alaihi wasallam, inna ad-din yusr, wa lan yashad ad-din ahadun illa ghalaba. This religion is easy. Anyone who tries to do everything and go overboard, the religion will overwhelm him. He says sallallahu alaihi wasallam, ala inni bu'ithtu bil hanafiyyati samha. I've been sent with a religion that is samha and musamaha. It overlooks, it forgives. People make mistakes. He says sallallahu alaihi wasallam, inna Allah tajawaza an ummati al-khata'a wa nisyan ma stukrihu alayhi. The religion of ease. He told the imam, giving a khutbah, we're going to pray. The imam for Fajr, any imam, إذا صلى أحدكم بالناس فليخفف فإن من ورائه الكبير والسقيم وذو الحاجة. Behind you people, if anyone makes salah, the imam, make it easy, make it light. Behind you is an older person. Behind you is someone who's sick. Behind you is someone who has something to do. He has to go to work. We're going to make the Khutba Jummah until 3 o'clock. People have to go to work. The imam has to understand that. If he doesn't understand these maqasid, he's going to make problems. Ajabin min ba'din nas. It is a crazy thing, it's an amazing thing, how some people make things difficult on themselves and they call it their religion. Looking in this masjid, my first time here, vast majority I don't know. But every single culture here, in our culture, we make things difficult on ourselves. And there are just too many examples to give. One example is the example of the janazah. If someone were to die, your wife or person's wife, his mother, his father, his child, his brother, that is a musibah. بَلْ هِيَ مِنْ أَعْظَمْ الْمَصَائِبِ. Big musibah to have someone to die. In our culture, when someone dies, the person's family member dies, his wife, mother, father dies, now he has to be responsible. The family of the mate has to be responsible. He has to feed all of the people 3 days straight, 4 days straight. Not one meal, but 3 meals for 3 days, because that's the culture. If he knows the religion and he has fiqh of the religion and he told the people from his jiran, his aqarib and his asdiqa, hey, la yukallifu Allahu nafsan illa wus'aha. I'm not going to do that. I'm busy with my family and the dead. The people say, he's bakhil. He's bakhil. But the religion didn't make things easy, difficult. When Ali ibn Abi Talib's brother Jafar Jafar died, the Prophet told his family, Rasulullah told his family, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, hey, Ahl al-Bayt, my family, go and make the food for Jafar's family because they're busy. Because they're busy. How is the community going to make things more difficult on the individual? We make the things difficult. The white man, white girl, the white man, he wants to be a Muslim. He calls the masjid on Monday, I want to accept Islam. We say, okay, come Friday. He comes on Friday. From Monday to Friday, he could have died, he comes on Friday. We're going to stand him in front of all of the people after Salat al-Jummah and make him take the Shahada in Arabic. In Arabic. When he never had to come to the community in the first place. He could have just taken the Shahada over the phone. He could have just taken the Shahada to him and his friend, that's it. We make things difficult upon people and upon ourselves. But Allah Azza wa Jal, He made the religion easy, easy. There is a principle, a qawaid, fiqhiyya, usuliyya, that says based upon the ayat that I mentioned and other ayat, the ahadith that I mentioned and other ahadith, al-mashaqqatu tajribu at-taysir. When things are difficult on the person, the religion makes it easy for you, easy. And there are many examples of that. We just want to give 3 examples of something that is in the Quran, incidents that happened with the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions. Ayat that were revealed. Leave no doubt for the Muslim who's aqil. This religion wants to make things easy for everybody who's here. Without any istithna. Not a single istithna. Islam doesn't want things easy for Muslims, difficult for kuffar. Easy for the men, difficult for the women. Easy for the children, difficult for elders. There's no exception. Islam wants ease for everybody walking on the face of the earth. Allah Ta'ala mentioned when an individual finds himself in a situation where he has to eat. He has to eat. Our religion told us everything we can eat and everything that we can't eat. He said in the Quran, Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, حُرِّمَتْ عَلَيْكُمُ الْمَيْتَةُ وَالدَّمُ وَلَحْمُ الْخِنْزِيرِ وما أحل لغير الله به والمنخنقة والموقوذة والمتردية والنطيحة وما ذبح على النصب وأن تستقسموا بالأزلام. Allah mentioned in that ayah, and then he mentioned ذلكم فسق أكل هذه الأشياء فسق لا يقع فيه إلا فاسق. Made haram for you Muslims to eat. You can't eat blood. You can't eat dead animals. You can't eat khinzir. You can't eat the animal that's been choked to death. You can't eat an animal that fell from a high place and died. You can't eat an animal that was slaughtered for other than Allah. You can't eat any of that. Allah said, eating those animals is nasty. It's fist. It's nasty, dirty, no good. And then at the end of the ayat he said, فَمِنِ التُّرَّ فِي مَخْمَسَةٍ غَيْرُ مُتَجَانِفٍ إِثْمٍ فِإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. But if anyone is forced to eat khinzir, if anyone is forced to eat a dead animal, if anyone is forced to eat a dead donkey, a dog, because he's going to die, Allah said, as long as he's doing it and he doesn't mean to, he's compelled, Allah's Ghafur Rahim. Allah wants people to live. If the individual had a choice of eating khinzir or dying, Islam made things easy. Eat the khinzir. You are compelled. Eat the khinzir. لا تقتلوا أنفسكم إن الله كان بكم رحيما. لا تلقوا بأيديكم إلى التهلكة. Don't kill yourselves, Allah mentioned. That's eating something that's haram. This religion allowed it if it's a question of life or death. Worse than that, a more serious example than that, leaving no doubt about the importance of this principle, is what used to happen in Jahiliyyah. Kuffar Quraysh, Khwali, they used to make money in different ways. They used to make money by selling khamr. They used to make money by riba. They used to make money by highway robbery. They used to make money by cheating, lying, and stealing. They made money in many ways. They used to gamble, many ways. One of the ways they used to make money was prostitution, akramakumullah. Especially the people who had money. The people who had money, they had slave girls. They would make the slave girl go and make prostitution, barakallahu fikum, and bring the sayyid the money back. Some of the slave girls became Muslims. And when they became Muslims, obviously they don't want to do that anymore. So some of the munafiqeen, who were not real Muslims, they continued to force the girl to do that. So Allah Ta'ala revealed the ayat in Surah An-Nur. وَلَا تُكْرِهُ فَتِيَاتِكُمْ عَلَى الْبِغَى إن أردنا تحسنا لتبتغوا عرض الحياة الدنيا ومن يكرههن فإن الله من بعد إكراههن غفور رحيم. He said, you Muslim companions, don't force your slave girls into prostitution, especially when it's clear they're Muslims and they want to hustle, they want to be upright, izzah, iffa, they have sharaf, they don't want to make zina. Allah said, and if any of you force them to do zina after this ayat, Allah is Ghafur Rahim. Ghafur Rahim to the girl. Because if she said to a Sayyid, I'm not going to do that, the Sayyid who was a munafiq will kill her and nothing can be done about it. Allah allowed the Muslim to eat khanzir. Allah allowed the Muslim lady who's forced into prostitution to do it. If her heart hates it, she's not responsible. And that's because Allah doesn't burden a soul beyond its ability. Year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, one of our sisters who is in a refugee camp outside of Kenya, lady is from Somalia. She had 6 children. No one was responsible for it. 6 children in a refugee camp. She used to have to, as the report said, she had to make zina with a soldier from the African Union. When the Muslim hears that, he may say, he says, A'udhu Billah, it's not your job to judge her. It's not my job to judge her. I don't mention this for someone to be mutahassis, someone to say, why did he mention that about our people? The point is, if the lady was forced to do that, Allah is alim with her situation. It happened during the time of the companions, radiyallahu anhu. Islam came to make things easy for the people. It didn't come to make things difficult. You can get close to Allah Azza wa Jal by being rough and tough. There are some Muslims, their religion is rough and tough. He worships Allah rough and tough. Mu'adh ibn Jabal radiallahu anhu will come Yawm al-Qiyamah and he has a khasisa. Mu'adh ibn Jabal, he's going to have the raya and all of the ulama, all of the other are going to be behind him. He's going to be the imam of the ulama from Bani Israel. And yet, he used to be the imam in Masjid Khutba. He would pray Salat al-Isha in the Prophet's Masjid sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And his people, his jama'ah, will be waiting for him to complete Salat al-Isha behind the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. After praying al-Isha behind the Nabi, he went to his masjid to lead them in Isha. He already prayed Isha. He's going to pray Sunnah with them, but it's going to be wajib, Isha for the Musallin. He started praying, and after reading al-Fatiha, he started reading Surah al-Baqarah. The people were waiting for him. He came. Salat al-Isha in the nighttime. He started reading Surah al-Baqarah. Some man got out of the line. He left the Jama'ah. He went in the corner and he prayed quickly and he left. Some people told Mu'adh ibn Jabal, a scholar from the ulama, the companions, they told him what happened. Mu'adh hakam alayhi. He said he's a munafiq. No one leads the Jama'ah except the munafiq. That was the ijtihad of the alim. He's a munafiq. Mu'adh went and told the story to the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet never judged between 2 people until he heard both sides of the story. It's from the adab of al-hukm. Your sister, your brother, whoever it is, you have to hear both sides of the story. He said, go get the man. The man came. Why did you do that? Why did you get out of the Jama'ah? The man said, Ya Rasulullah, I'm in the desert all day with my animals. I came, we were waiting for Mu'adh to finish with you at Isha. He came, he started praying Isha, and he started praying Surah Al-Baqarah. I was in the desert all day, I'm tired. The Nabi told them, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he became upset. His face became red. He became upset. He said, Inna fikum munaffirin. Afatanum anta ya Mu'adh? Afatanum ya anta ya Mu'adh? 3 times. Are you making fitna for the people, ya Mu'adh? Are you a fitna for the people? You a fitna? From you people are those who run the people away. Run the people away from the religion. Run the people away from what Allah Ta'ala has revealed upon them. Our religion came to make things easy. Allah told the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Walau kunta faddan ghalid al-qalbi, lam faddu min hawlik." Ya Muhammad, if you were rough and tough with the awliya, Abu Bakr, Uthman, Ali, Ukasha, Bilal, if you were mutashaddid with them from the awliya, they're going to run away because it's natural. It's the tabi'ah of the insan. Ikhwani, ikhwani. The haqq, as the great muhaddith of this time used to say, Muhammad Nasiruddin al-Albani rahimahullah, he said that the haqq is thaqil. Al-haqq bi nafsihi thaqil. La nastathqiluhu bi asalibina. The truth is heavy. To tell someone, hey, what you've been doing all these years, it's wrong. Your madhab is wrong. What your father was saying is wrong. What your community is doing is wrong. It's hard for Bani Adam to accept that. Why do the kuffar not accept Islam? Because it's heavy, it's hard for a person to realize, you know, I've been doing the wrong thing all this time. The Imam said, don't make the haqq heavier by having a bad method of relaying the haqq. Our religion makes things easy. You have to eat haram, eat haram. You have to, the lady made the zina, the prostitution, Allah allowed it and Allah is Ghafur Rahim. The third example is a bigger example than eating khamr. It is a bigger example than prostitution. Tahharallah ayyam. In the beginning of Islam in Mecca, one of the companions, his name was Yasir. Tremendous imam, a tremendous personality in Islam. Kuffar Mecca took Yasir, took his wife Sumayya, and took the boy. Tied up the wife and the husband, and started persecuting them, cutting them up. Not to kill them, to torture them, ta'deeb, cutting them up. It's enough that the man is watching his wife being touched and cut up. The boy is watching his mother being cut and torn up. They would take salt, they would take sand, and they would put it in the wound. And the boy was watching. What was going on with the mother and the father? They got tired. The kuffar of Quraysh got tired. The Prophet would walk by, and all he would say, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, was, nasiha bil lisan, sabran ya ali Yasir, fa inna maw'idakum al jannah. Be patient, Yasir, and your family. If you have sabr with your problem, the reward is Jannah. Ikhwani, wallahi, it's not enough time. Those companions, radiallahu anhum, they were divinely chosen by Allah. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is Mustafa. Those companions were Mustafa. Allah didn't choose you and me to be companions at that time. He chose special people. People going to give their money if you sabilillah. People going to have a tawheed. People going to know Wala wa Bara. People won't apologize about their religion. People who learned the religion, they had true brotherhood. That man was being persecuted. One of those people, radiallahu anhum, if he woke up in the morning and he walked down the street, he knew this could be the last day I'm walking down this street. And now all we have to do is wake up for Fajr, and we can't do it. All we have to do is give 5-10 pounds every week for the masjid. We can't do it. And then come some animals, some wahshiyun, varama. They come and they say, the companions irtaddu, they're kuffar. And the Muslim doesn't have enough sense to know. If someone is cursing the companions, he is an adu of Allah. He is an adu of Allah and His Messenger in this religion. But because he appears to be against the Yahud, the Muslim says, Hassan Nasrallah, he's a mujahid, he's our friend. Because he's against the Yahud. Anyone who could curses Abu Bakr, Uthman, and the rest of those companions, they are from the shayateen of the ins. Ash-shahid wal-muhim. Be patient, guys. Al-Yasir. You're going to go to Jannah. The kuffar of Quraysh got tired. They killed the father and killed the mother in a terrible way. I can't even mention how they killed the mother because it wouldn't be munasib. It wouldn't be appropriate to tell you what they did to the mother in this masjid, on this minbar. It wouldn't be munasib. They killed in a terrible way. They went to the boy. They said, look, we're going to let you go. We'll let you go, though, under the condition you curse Muhammad. You curse him, and we'll let you go. He started making sab and shatam to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Quraysh let him go. The Arabs, the Aqliyatul Arab back then was crazy. On one hand, you're killing people in a terrible way, killing a woman, but over here, you keep your word. The Arabs at that time were messed up. And I say here today, without any taraddud, I say here today, the Arabs without Islam today are messed up. Any Arab without Islam, messed up. Just like any Muslim who doesn't practice Islam, doesn't know Islam, he's messed up. Bani Adam without Islam is messed up. They let him go. They let him go. He came to the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was sad. Mahmoud. The Prophet said, what happened? The Prophet said, what happened? He told him the story. The Nabi said, how was your heart? Ya Ammar. How was your heart? To the son. Ammar, how was your heart? He said, Ya Rasulullah, I believe in Allah and His Messenger. I love Allah and His Messenger. Our Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam alladhi bu'itha lin-nas rahmatan. Rahmatan lil-alamin. He told that young man, radiyallahu anhu, in ado fa'ud. If they catch you again, and they persecute you again, if they do that again, then curse me again. Curse me again. And cursing the Nabi is kufr. It's kufr, takes you outside of Islam. But if it's a question of the man losing his life or living, and his iman and his heart is clear, the Nabi himself allowed it. And then the ayat of the Quran was revealed, من كفر بالله من بعد إيمانه إلا من أكره وقلبه مطمئن بالإيمان ولكن من شرح بالكفر صدرا فعليهم غضب من الله ولهم عذاب عظيم. He had real iman. Allah looks at your niyat. Ummat al-Islam, Ummat al-Islam. This religion wants to make things easy for you. Don't make things difficult for yourself. The dawah that we give in this country, the way that we are behaving, the way that the picture that we're giving, we're making the religion difficult on ourselves and difficult on other people. And I don't have to give you any examples. But one of the clearest examples is that thing that happened when they killed that soldier. That's just an example of the many examples of people who are giving dawah to Allah. Za'imun. They're giving dawah to Allah. But the regular non-Muslim on his fitrah, he says, A'udhu billah. I seek refuge in Allah, whatever he is, whoever he is, from a religion that allows this or this or this or this. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ونسأل الله تعالى التوفيق والسداد. Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillahi amma ba'd. A lot of other things can be mentioned in this regard, ikhwani, but I would be remiss if I didn't make something clear here. Someone may be sitting in this audience, in this musalla right now, and they may say, mashallah, mashallah, the religion is easy, so I don't have to pray. Mashallah, mashallah, the religion is so simple. The real Quran and Sunnah is simple. I don't have to wear hijab. Islam is in my heart. Mashallah, mashallah, Islam is so easy. I can go to my job and my co-workers and I can shake hands with the woman because Islam doesn't want to make things easy, difficult, and I don't want to be from the munafiqeen. Maybe if I tell the lady I don't want to shake your hand, she's going to say, I don't want to be a Muslim. La, that's not the meaning of this khutbah today. That's not the meaning of this khutbah today. No way, that's not the meaning of the khutbah today. Ikhwani, this insurance in the car is haram. Is aklu amwal nasi bil batil. The man is driving for 10 years, he never gets into an accident, and he's paying over £1,000 a year in car insurance. By what haq did they take the money? What hikmah did they give us? But if you get caught without that car insurance, you're in trouble. So you're forced, go ahead and do it. You're compelled. But don't think that car insurance is okay. That was haram, but we're compelled. Those of us who are in mortgages, we're tied into mortgages, I say, a mortgage is a kabira from the kaba'ir. La shakka fi. It's riba. Aklu nas, aklu amwal nas bil batil. But, I say, don't listen to ha'ula'i and don't listen to ula'ika. Don't listen to the people, if you're in that situation, who say, get out, just sell your house, leave the house, and don't listen to the ones that don't worry about it. You have to take your issue to a scholar. You have to take your issue to someone who knows this religion. Explain to him the details of your issue and get a fatwa that you can work by. But go to the person who's knowledgeable, the one who knows the sunnah, not the one who's going to be playing games, not the one who doesn't know what he's talking about. Don't go to those people. So the point here is, the religion is easy, but at the same time, although it's easy, everybody is responsible for trying to worship Allah in the way that He legislated. and the way that the Prophet showed us, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the way that the companions, radiyallahu ajma'in, radiyallahu anhum ajma'in wa ardahum, the way they understood this Quran and the Sunnah of the Nabi, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We ask Allah Ta'ala to help us understand the ease of this religion. We ask Allah to establish our feet firmly upon the Kitab and the Sunnah, to make us of the Ansar of the Sunnah, and to join us with those people who were with the Nabi from his companions, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, radiyallahu anhum ajma'in. May Allah Ta'ala protect our community, protect al-Islam, protect our children. May Allah Azza wa Jalla bring back to the Muslims their religion, their religion. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم. أقم الصلاة يرحمكم الله.